being a senior in NTU. Now I see my happy college life is going to end in a doomsday. Look back in those happy hours, look back into those courses I have taken. Most of the pieces of the knowledge I learned are perfectly received, recorded, and returned to the professors at the end of every semester. Only in one subject, the knowledge I learned remains, and that is the EE course. It's okay if you don't know I'm from the double E department, because I'm not surprised. Actually, the double E is not like the Jack Young's title. The double E is not electrical engineering, but embracing your embarrassment, and that is the lesson I learned. We know embarrassment is a feeling of shame when you do something stupid, and unfortunately, people catch you when you're doing it. Take me as an example. At the first day I entered NTU, I was so excited when I saw an old friend in the crowd. I cheerfully rushed to her and saying, "Hi, Tina." But it turned out that it wasn't Tina. Actually, she was someone else, a total stranger that I had never met before. To escape from this tragedy, I had no choice but kept yelling, "Hey!" to an invisible person behind her, and kept running forward until I disappeared over the horizon from her sight. As you could see, I'm not a person with good eyesight or good memory. And that's why in my freshman year, I kept making mistakes like that again and again. One day I determined myself, you can do that all the time. You should try to find a solution for it. So I activated my self-defense mechanism. For every person going to come to me, I carefully observe their faces 100 meters away, just before taking any actions. I use the same concept for many situations. For example, I thought twice before saying hi to a new classmate. I thought 3 to 4 times before starting a conversation with a stranger. I thought for 5 days before sending a 5-line email to my professor. And the fear of making mistakes was so intense that I became an overcautious, poor little timid turtle. Just with one tiny pouch, I would jump into the sky and retract into the shell. So you could see that although the strong protection helped me to avoid some embarrassment, but it also led me into a limited life, a restricted world. Time comes to the last autumn, thanks for you, and I surprisingly, became the EVP of NTUTM. One of my whole missions is to invite LE, GE, and judges to our meetings. People told me that it was an easy job, just sending email and people come. And I found it was a terrible life. Anyway, it was a dark time for me, because I had spent a long time inside a safe zone. So contacting those high intelligence creatures outside my little planet was killing me. In the worst week of the semester, my invitation got denied and denied and denied and denied over 10 people. I was so disappointed, and the only hope I got was a phone number on the name card. So I dialed it with a trembling hand. I called it, and the call was connected. I stammered out my name, but he answered it in a series of English sentences. I didn't prepare to have an English conversation by the phone, and she spoke so fast, and I was so nervous, so I couldn't catch a single word he said. The horror of embarrassment suddenly dragged me into the hell. In a panic, I couldn't help but answer him, sorry, remember, bye-bye, hang up the phone. It took me 10 seconds to calm down and figure out what I really heard. Wait a minute, that wasn't English at all. It was Chinese sentence with strong exotic accent, so that's why I couldn't understand his English. I was so defeated by my weakness and drawing circle in a corner with deep regret. Personally, eventually there is a kind-hearted volunteer to be a firefighter and save the world from the crime of a miserable EVP. After that, I received many warm encouragement from my dear Toastmasters, so I regained the energy to fulfill my missions. During my EDP journey, I found I gradually learned the lesson of embracing embarrassment. Here comes the theory. Here, the circle is your comfort zone we used to stay in. The area is so small because there are lots of troubles, embarrassments outside that we don't want to meet. However, here, the large area is where the amazing things happen. If you always stay inside the small circle and you don't want to try, you don't want to take any adventures out of your comfort zone, you will never meet the amazing things. The magic will never happen on you. Life is so short. If you only want to delete all the embarrassment out of your life, you have nothing left. In addition, I found that embarrassment itself is the best topic to strike a chord in the audience heart. So if you next time you are struck into any embarrassment, just transfer it into your next speech and share it with us. You can join the next humorous speech. So anyway, all in all, I hope you guys can also try the EE degree. Embrace your embarrassment and embrace your whole life. 看下去。